this language. So whatever
Absolutely.
I can do to facilitate that inkling of help, I'll be more than delighted to do it, ma'am.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Certainly, you are incredible already. I have visited your YouTube channel and I have seen the way you speak, the way you articulate sentences, and your accent is basically that, captivated my attention. Yeah. So,
It's my daily bread and butter, but thank you very much for saying that, ma'am.
Mm. First I know you by the name Talk Unlock, and I got to know about you through Instagram that your name is Vivek. But for my audience, can you just give your short introduction?
Certainly. As you said, my name is Vivek, and it surely is my name. I am a master trainer of public speaking and communication skills, as well as a master trainer of IELTS. I have a C2 certification from Berlitz, US, plus another C2 from language proficiency test, Cambridge University. Plus, I also help teachers, faculty members in developing their communication skills and how effectively they can teach this language. So there are certain schools, certain colleges who rely on my humble assistance to help their faculty members. Plus, I have a small page on Instagram which is called Talk Unlock, where I help IELTS aspirants plus professionals who want to again acquire a very good grip over public speaking skills. Plus, I also help in interview preparation. I have a couple of channels on YouTube. One is Talk and Lock, and the next one is Fluent India. Talk and Lock is specifically for IELTS preparation, and Fluent India is a very new channel. I started it like last month, and it caters to like Hindi speaking audience, because at the end of the day, Hindi is my mother tongue, and I really want to help the learners so that they can be proficient in communication skills, and English should never act as a barrier or a wall between them and success. So
Mm.
this is the whole endeavor is, ma'am. And anything else that you would like to know, ma'am?
That's great. That's great to know about you, and amazing. You have mentioned a lot of things, and you are already incredible. I believe you are great at everything. You have a lot of skills.
Not exactly, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
as far as communication skills are concerned, communication coaching and training is concerned, yes, I have around 20 years of experience, you can say. I have
wow.
worked for some Fortune 500 brands, say like Dell International Services. That's where I started my career way back in 2007 and 8 as a communication coach. I have also worked with Accenture as a universal trainer, plus Microsoft Enterprise Support as well. Have worked for like some schools to develop the communication skills of their teachers. So this is what I do, ma'am. And let's move to the next question. I believe audience are eagerly waiting, right? Some magical tips that I'm going to share with you guys. But
Yes.
dear audience, there is no magic. It's plain sheer hard work. There is no substitute. There is no alternative of hard work. If you work hard, if you put in your elbow grease, your hard yards, then I'm pretty much confident about the fact that you are going to master this language.
Yes,
So,
yes.
ma'am, let's get
It's great
started.
that you have 20 years of experience. As I have just started my journey like back in 2022 as a learner, still I'm a learner,
Oh, ma'am.
but that's great to know. Hmm.
I also consider myself as a learner of public speaking, a student of public speaking to be precise, a sincere and a hardworking student. Because in this life, we need to learn, we need to absorb as much as knowledge as possible, ma'am, because this is what life is all about. If I think that I'm the master of it, I know everything, that's the day, that's the moment my downfall is going to happen. So it doesn't
True.
matter how much you know, you should always be humble. And
Hmm.
at the same point in time, you should have that curiosity in you, right? To learn every day, every moment.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. My first question is how to master non-verbal communication and tonality. As non-verbal communication holds 55% and that tonality holds 38%. But we majorly or
Wow,
people majorly focus on 7%, that is words, right? So we ignore that
absolutely.
non-verbal communication and tonality. So I want to know from you, because I have seen your videos and you are very good at non-verbal communication and tonality both. So can you just throw some light on this?
Of course, would be my pleasure, ma'am. When we say non-verbal communication, body language plays a paramount role in it, right? We need to have, and if you want to master body language, I'll share like some tips with you. There are three important factors, right? As far as body language is concerned, body language includes eye contact. Always maintain eye contact with the audience. If you're presenting any topic, if you're articulating your ideas in front of an audience, always ensure that you maintain eye contact, because it's a sign of honesty. It also signifies the fact that you are not nervous or edgy. The second thing is hand movements, hand gestures, right? There's a science behind it. Whenever we are rigid, right, in attention position, like this, so there's this wall of nervous negativity that surrounds us. Now, this is an invisible wall. And dear audience, you will agree with me when I say, right, all good public speakers, they move their hands, right?
Mm,
When they are on the stage, they'll move a bit, probably to their right, probably to their left, right, a step forward, a step backward. Why do they do it? The reason is, once you start moving your body, you don't have to dance there. Dancing is a different kettle of fish altogether. But if you move your hands, if you move your body, then this you are able to break the shackles of this nervous negativity, right? And
mm,
the third thing, ma'am, tone. So, I'm sorry, your face, right?
yeah.
Eyes, face, hands, and face, right?
Mm,
Facial expressions. Facial expressions also convey a very major role, right? They play a very major role. Whatever are your ideas, whatever you have inside your heart or in your head, you need to take it out. And same emotions should be there on your face as well. You don't have to be a poker face person. Poker faces, right? When I say poker face, I mean expressionless. You're happy, like this. You're sad, again, no changes in your facial expression. So, dear audience, if you want to master body language, your eyes, eye contact. Giving any interview, maintain eye contact with the interviewer. Do not look here and there, right? Move your hands to break the wall of negativity. Facial expression. Now, let's come to tonality or the tone, right? The tone should not be like a robot, monotonous tone, like, hello everyone, my name is Vivek and it is so nice to meet you. Come on, there is no inflection, there's no modulation, there's no intonation, right? You'll sound like pretty dead, pretty flat. So, there you need to understand where to stress the word, where you need to make your tone go up, and where you need to make your tone go down. One amazing tip I'm going to share with you: if you want to speak like CEOs, if you want to speak like someone who has got an assertive command over communication skills, always ensure that whenever you're ending your sentence, end it on a lower note, not on a higher note like the way I did. It is on a higher note, but you should end it like this, right? Always end your sentences on a lower note, but open your mouth. Don't compromise with the volume, right? Tone should never be mechanical. Tone should never be monotonous. It should never, you should never sound like a robot. Have some sense of energy, right? And if you have got energy, you will be able to spread excitement, right? And this thing is contagious. It spreads, and you will be able to not just make your audience say, wow, you will be able to mesmerize it. But again, there's no magic behind it. I wish I had some injection or some capsule, some goalie. I give you that and you start speaking English like natives. It's just not possible, right? Follow these things, and I'm pretty much confident about the fact that you will be able to improve your body language as well as your tone.
yes, absolutely. And as you mentioned the example of CEOs, I also believe in that. The people you admire, you should watch them and observe them and scrutinize them thoroughly, and then you can practice, right? Hmm. Okay.
Absolutely, I thoroughly agree with you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering the question in a very well manner. The next question I want to ask you that I have seen your videos, the way you speak, the way majorly the way you use nice advanced vocabulary effortlessly, which again
Thank you, ma'am.
catches attention from audience and the people who want to enhance their vocabulary, which is great. So I want to ask you how people can master or how they can incorporate new vocabulary in their dictionary as they learn words but they are not able to use those words. So what is the secret strategy behind it that you are using? If you can share, that can help others too.
That's a jolly good question, ma'am. To my mind, expanding our vocabulary involves consistent effort, ma'am. For that, you need
Agree.
to read extensively, plus keep a vocabulary journal. When I say keep a vocabulary journal, you need to be extremely diligent. Any new word that you come across, make a note of it. Try to
Mm.
find the meaning of that word and then start incorporating it in your day-to-day communication. See, a lot of people, they do it, they follow it, but they don't maintain consistency. See, if you want to achieve great and grand things, then you need to work really hard, right? Now, really working really hard. Another good word for it is working diligently, persevere, right?
Diligently.
It
Yes.
means when you're putting in efforts irrespective of the
Hmm.
outcome. So this is one factor, right, that would surely help you. Plus, right, I have observed a lot of people, ma'am. They say that, okay, every day you learn 5, 10 new words, right? If you're learning 5 new words in a month, it's going to be 150 new words. It doesn't work that way. What
Yes.
I advise my students is take one main word and try to remember at least 5 advanced synonyms of that word. Let me give you one commonly used word, which is interesting, right? People, they say, oh, yesterday I watched a movie. It was so interesting. Oh, I read a book. It was really interesting. Last night's match was so interesting. Now, if you use interesting all the time, then this word is never interesting, right? It sounds so boring. Another word for boring, mundane, monotonous, right?
Nothing.
Interesting. I'll give you 5 advanced words. Number one is fascinating. Number two, you can use captivating. You can also use enthralling. You can use striking. And my favorite word, intriguing. Intriguing.
Intriguing.
Right. So
Okay.
now you have learned 5 words. Not focus on any other words under the sun. So for your today's target is master these 5 words. Try to use it as much as you can. Right. In 30 days, you will be able to have command over 30 basic words plus
Mm.
into 5 150, but we are not computers, right? Even if you are able to remember at least 2 to 3 words, still it will ensure that you are going to have a potent and a strong vocabulary. So this is something that really helped me, ma'am. There's no magic behind it. There's no secret behind it. At the end of the day, it's plain sheer hard work, right? And how much dedicated you are, how
Mm.
much diligent you are. Once we have a proper amalgamation of these things, I firmly believe you will be able to have a good command over vocabulary.
Great, sir. Great. You explained in a very captivating way, I must say. And thank you so
Very
much.
much, ma'am.
My next question is when people learn the language, after a certain period of time, they feel monotonous or the journey becomes monotonous. So they don't enjoy it at all, or hence they quit the journey, they give up, right? So they cannot speak English fluently again and they start doubting that they cannot speak ever. Right. So, how to make the journey or the process interesting, or maybe enjoy the process, basically.
Again, very good question, ma'am. The fact of the matter is, and I thoroughly concur with you, ma'am. I have observed it happens. It's a common human tendency in the initial stages. We are buzzing with energy, right? But as time progresses, we fall flat on our face, right? All the energy, everything, it vaporizes. Why does it happen? It happens because you have not established a bridge between yourself and the language. Once you
Mm,
establish a bridge between yourself and the language, once the bond between yourself and the language is strong, right? Come hell or high water, devil or the deep sea, right? No one can prevent you. But
mm,
it's easier said than done. Now the audience are going to ask me, Vivek, how exactly we are going to build a bridge between ourselves and the language. We are not civil engineers, right? Of course, you are not. You can be. The fact is, right? How exactly you're going to establish that bond? For that, right? You need to ensure, dear audience, that learning fascinating topics, right? Topics that you like, the topics that you're passionate about. And nowadays, right, you have so many resources, right? You have got YouTube, you have got so many courses, right? So many movies, songs that you have. So what you have to do, ideally, you should incorporate multimedia resources, songs, movies, right? TV series, there are so many web series that you have, and try to learn from there. And always set achievable goals, right? Always set realistic target to keep yourself motivated and engaged. Suppose, let me give you one analogy. One fine day, I hit the gym and I say my trainer that in 2 months I would like to have a physique like Salman Khan or Hrithik Roshan. How exactly it is possible? Right, people, they get right swayed by the speakers that they see online, and they say that, sir, in 90 days I want to speak paratedar English just like this guy. Come on, that's not possible. First,
yes.
understand your level. Where I'm not trying to demotivate you, dear audience, but please be realistic. Try to understand what is your existing level. Then set realistic targets, right? Day by day, week by week, month by month. Achieve it, right? Once you start achieving these short-term targets, short-term goals, you will be able to achieve, right, your long-term goal, the bigger picture. Always remember, a journey of 1000 miles starts from the very first step, and step by step you will be able to reach to your destination. And here your destination is to speak the language effortlessly, confidently, so that you're able to leave a lasting impression in the hearts and in the minds of your audience. So always have realistic goals and never be demotivated, right? Always be focused, and try to make learning fun, right? Whenever I help my students, I always try to involve that sense of humor. I'm a very boring person. In real life, I don't crack jokes. However, I understand, right? My students, if there is no sense of humor, there is no sense of excitement, there is no innovation, they are not going to learn, right? So we need to incorporate those innovative techniques, right? And once learning is fun, the things will stay in your head, right? And practice, 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 because again, there is no substitute for hard work, right? And practice.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. I 100% agree with you. But here is a thing that you cannot be motivated all the time. So if you sometimes feel demotivated or you feel that you don't want to do anything in English, take a break. There is no
Mhm.
big deal. Take a break for
Of
some time.
course.
Nobody is going to kill you. So you have your own time. You can start the journey again after a certain period of time, right?
I thoroughly agree with you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Saturation happens with everyone.
Mhm.
I have also faced it in different manner, right? However, I was able to bounce back. So same holds good for the audience also. So never feel demotivated. If you are, try to analyze what
Mhm.
exactly is putting you down. For that, you need to have an analytical frame of mind, right?
Mhm.
And then I believe take a break, as you wisely mentioned, and then bounce back really strongly. You should
Mhm.
never let the grip from your dreams of your future to be loose, right? The grip has to be really strong. If
Mm.
it is, no one can stop you, no one can prevent you.
Right,
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Just incorporate the resilient behavior over, yeah, the
Absolutely. I all
becoming journey becomes monotonous and it is inevitable and it happens with every single one. So now I think let's take the comment from one of my subscribers. As I mentioned that I'm going to have the next episode with very advanced and person who has great command over language.
It's
So
not like
uh,
that, ma'am. There's
the
nothing
trainer,
called as advanced. Or
so
it's a
you
jazzy
are,
term, ma'am. If you are able to speak the language fluently, see, either you are fluent or you're not. See, these are certain terms that have been
Mhm.
created. Oh, you're
Yes,
a basic learner. Watch this video lesson if you want to be an advanced speaker. But
yes,
trust me, I don't want to pass any kind of disparaging remarks. But either you're fluent or you're not. If you're
yes,
fluent, then you better flaunt, right? But never try to put anyone down. Always
yeah.
remember, audience, communication, it's a skill, it's an art.
Mhm.
Anyone can master it. So never ever think that, oh, this person is unable to speak this language. Oh,
Mm.
come on, right? Oh, he's a mediocre communicator. He's not fit to be a part of my friend circle. He's not fit to be, right, a part of fit to be my friend. Never ever have that kind of notion, right? Let me give you one personal example. I've been speaking this language, right, since I was 3.5 years old. However, till the time I was in class fourth, I used to live in a very remote area, right,
Mm.
surrounded by tribals. I was born and raised in Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I was born in Middle Andaman. My dad was posted there. So the fact of the matter was, I've studied from government school all throughout my life, right? So when I was in class fifth, my dad was transferred to the capital city, Port Blair, right? And I was right. A new school was there. And then what actually happened was my classmates used to make fun of me, right?
Mhm.
Above all, even my teachers used to make fun of my communication skills. Plus, my cousins also during summer vacation, when I used to go to my hometown, they also used to make fun of me. They used to say that, let's speak in English in front of this chap, he won't be able to understand. So I took it, see, I was like really despondent. I was really sad at that point in time, but I took it as a motivation. Right. I did not harbor any grudges, any grievances against them. This is how society is. But then once I was able to be like a bit all right as far as communication skills are concerned, I have this notion, and I always tell my students as well, never make fun of anyone's communication skills. You never know when exactly that person is going to like master it, and then you are going to be the butt of all the jokes. So this is I don't believe in like sermonizing or giving gyan or preaching, but this is like something that people they need to understand, and never ever make fun of anyone's communication skills, ma'am. So what was the question, ma'am? You said that someone and
Mm.
your audience has a
Yes.
question for me,
Mm.
so
And the
I'll be more than
question
happy to answer the
was,
question
mm,
to their satisfaction.
yeah. So the question asked by S. Ahmed, which I picked,
Mm-hmm.
it was a comment. Yes. How to prepare for IELTS at home? If you can share the strategy and the resources without any
How
coaching.
to prepare for IELTS at home without like any coaching, right?
Mm.
Just with resources.
Yeah.
Again, that is possible because when I took the IELTS test for the very first time, that was way back in 2011, I did not join any coaching, right? But that depends on your existing level. Let me help the audience in understanding what exactly is the IELTS test. IELTS stands for I in International English Language Testing System. Now, you need to take this test if you want to migrate to English speaking countries, if you want to become their citizen or study there or work, right? For that, you need to have a specific band score. And there are like band scores are calculated from 1 to 9, where 1 is the least and 9 is the highest, it's the maximum. Now, some decent universities they need at least band seven. Bands, if you have a band seven, then it signifies the fact that your communication skills are decent. So, Ahmed, my friend, first you need to understand what is your the band that you need to achieve, and what is your level. If your level is this, and if you want to achieve this, the gap is very high. right? You need to work on certain criterias, and there are four modules in IELTS. Your reading, right? Reading and comprehension, listening, where there'll be recordings and questions. You have to answer the questions. Writing depends whether you're going to take general or academic. If you're taking general, writing has two parts. General will have first part as letter. There can be an informal letter, formal letter, or what formal, informal, semi-formal letter. And there would be part in part two, there will be essays, five type of essays: discussion essays, opinion essays, advantages, disadvantages, problem solution, and double question or two-part question. So your command over writing has to be like really good, right? Writing is not a piece of cake, right? It's not something that you can, that skill that you can master in a month or two. It requires years and years of practice. Plus speaking has got three rounds. Part one, general questions. Part two, cue card. They'll give you a card. It will have a question, right? Plus points. You have to speak on it continuously for 2 minutes. Part three, follow up questions. Whatever you said in part one and part two, they are going to ask questions related to it. So, Ahmed, my friend, first things first, understand where exactly do you stand, right? And then exactly is the band score you require. So, if you're preparing for IELTS at home, it requires a structured approach. You need to create a detailed study plan. Then you need to practice with sample tests. There are so many sample tests that you will be able to find online. There are free resources as well. Then you need to effectively utilize those online resources. And there are practice books for comprehensive and absolute preparation. You will be able to find, right, on the IDP website as well, on Cambridge website as well. These are like some good names. Do not rely on, right? You'll find a lot of trainers on Instagram. Again, I'm not like passing any kind of disparaging remarks against anyone, but always, if you are following any guru, if you're following any teacher, ensure that they have at least scored a band-aid, right? At least a band-aid. Ask, right, how much, what is your score? Then only you study, right? There are a lot of trainers, right, masquerading as, there are a lot of people masquerading as IELTS trainers. I'm unsure whether they have achieved a band 7 as well. Quite a few students of mine have achieved band 9, right? So that is not a concern, right? It all depends on your existing knowledge, right? And if you're facing any problems, then always try to go to the bottom of the concern, try to analyze, right? And rely on one person. Do not try to gain knowledge from multiple resources. And it's really not tough. IELTS speaking and writing is it's really effortless. It's really seamless, right? Do not go for advanced vocabulary. Don't think that if I like fire 10, 15 heavy words on my examiner, they are going to be impressed. It doesn't work that way. If you're using advanced vocabulary, it should come out of your mouth in a natural manner, not in a fabricated manner. Examiner will be able to catch you within matter of moments, whether you have mugged up these words, whether the advanced phrases that you're using, advanced connectors that you're throwing, linking words that you're shooting, right? Is it coming out naturally, or this is something that you have mugged it up? So don't try to fool the examiner, and try to keep things as simple as possible, right? Because real beauty lies in simplicity. Don't try to convolute the entire affair, right? And I hope I was able to answer your question to your satisfaction, Ahmed. And I wish you all the best, Ahmed, right, in achieving your goals and your dreams.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering his question, and I hope that will help him a lot. Yeah. So, my last but not the least question I want to ask you is, people know English. Some people are very good at articulating sentences properly, but the fear, hesitation, and lack of confidence always holds them back. So, how to overcome that, and how to get rid of this fear or hesitation when it comes to talking to strangers or talking to people in English?
Fantastic question, ma'am. See, this is something that my students, they all also say, right? I have some uh, like highly trained professionals, right, who are on top of the food chain. They also say that, sir, I have studied from IAM. I'm working in this organization as an AVP or production head or quality head. But sometimes, sir, when I have to address board of directors, probably the stakeholders, I become nervous. Why exactly seems to be the reason. I have studied English. I know the words. I can speak it. So I always tell them, my dear friend, overcoming hesitation and that fear factor involves mindfulness and practice, right? um, See, you already have knowledge, so you can try some out of box ideas, like try relaxation techniques, right? Try to relax yourself, try to calm yourself down, then gradually expose yourself to speaking situations, and always embrace your mistakes, because in my opinion mistakes are not a part of learning. Plus practice as much as possible, right? In my classes, this is the kind of conducive environment that I try to expose my students to different real life situation. It's not like, okay, speak like 10 lines on Mother India, speak 10 lines on cows, speak 10 lines on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose or Mahatma Gandhi. It doesn't work that way, right? Real life situation. If you suppose you are the best batsman in the world, but before, right, starting your innings, you will do net practice, right? Every day you'll practice that. So it doesn't matter whether you're Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, or Virat Kohli, they also practice, right? If Virat Kohli says that, oh, today I'm not going to practice, I'll just come right on the pitch and I will try to hit the ball out of the park, right? He can succeed in that particular thing, but more often than not that's not possible. So practice is the most important thing, right? If you know where exactly you're lacking, then try to work on it. Make your area of improvement your weaknesses as your strength. Try to find a coach, try to find a mentor, right? And then effectively work with them, and that person should be in a position to understand and analyze where exactly you're going wrong, and then they can coach you, right? A coach is a person who's able to enhance your performer. Don't look for a teacher. Teacher will give you gyan, but a coach will take your level from here to here, right? And that's how you surely can enhance or remove or eliminate that sense of fear from your mind.
Yeah, certainly. And I 100% agree with your point that mistakes are part of learning. As I also have
Sure.
some students, sometimes they speak very less, like, in just few, maybe in just one sentence. So I tell them, whatever comes to your mind, just speak, whether it is wrong or right. If you are not making even a mistake, how will I correct you? How will I get to know about where you are lacking? So just speak whatever
Of
comes to your
course.
mind. Do not think about
And there's
mistakes.
one technique, ma'am. There's one technique. So, dear audience, if you face problems in generating ideas in your head while speaking on any topic, right, on any random topic, and lack of ideas, hesitation, I'll share one innovative technique which has been trademarked by me. It's called the peer technique, right, where P stands for point, E stands for explanation, another E stands for example, and R, it stands for restate. Let me explain it in a very simple manner, right? Suppose someone asks you, hey Vivek, what's your favorite? Someone asks me, hey Vivek, what's your favorite dish? And I say, sir, my favorite dish is pizza, right? And I love pizza, it's a very tasty dish. That's it. Come on, let's try to incorporate this peer technique here. Point will be, my absolute favorite dish is pizza. Now I'll come to the explanation. I love it because of its delicious taste and cheesy texture, right? I have explained it in one sentence. Now let me come to the example part. Oh, a couple of weeks ago, I ordered pizza from Domino's, and let me tell you, it was scrumptious. Now, dear audience, when I say scrumptious, it means really tasty, right? Another word, palatable. Another one, delectable. Another one, appetizing, mouth-watering. The list goes on, right? And then I'm going to restate. Restate means coming back to the original topic so that the audience gets to know that the topic is over. So restate it, restate. If I'm restating, then I'll say, that is the reason why pizza is my favorite dish. You can use it in different situations. What's your favorite animal? Oh, my favorite animal is tiger. I love tiger because of few reasons. It's a national animal of India. It's a majestic beast. Example, oh, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Jim Corbett National Park on a wildlife safari, and there I saw quite a few tigers. And these are a few reasons why tiger is my favorite animal. People try using this technique and do mention it in the comments whether this technique is helpful or not. I have few more innovative ideas, but due to the constraint of time, I think we have to wrap it up here. And I sincerely hope and I expect, dear audience, you were able to learn something new. And if that is the case, then do drop a like. Ma'am really works very hard to spread the knowledge, right? To help you guys. And do share the super informative video lesson with your friends and comment your question, right? We'll be more than happy to answer the question to your satisfaction. And again, never make or never allow English to act as a barrier between yourself and success, right? And ma'am, what do you have to tell to the audience?
That's great message. First of all, I want to tell you that you share that never let the language come between you and success, which is great. And I hope this session will help a lot my audience. And thank you so much for sharing your insights and for sharing the trick and tips, particularly for communication, and for sharing this clear technique. I believe people will able to uh, use this technique while explaining certain topics or maybe some random topics, because again it is difficult to explain or speak spontaneously on random topics. So if there is a technique in their mind, they would be able to speak a little bit, if not much. So I just hope that audience will love and the session will help them a lot in especially ILS 2, as Ahmad asked the question. And yes, that was yeah. I want to say one more thing, that it was really amazing session, and you were energetic, so energetic throughout the session, and you
Thank you
shared
very much.
energy with me. And yeah. So I love that part very much. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting to me. It's my pleasure to have the conversation with you. Thank you so much from the bottom
Deeply
of my
obliged.
yeah.
Immensely obliged, ma'am. And thank you very much for having me here. And dear audience, please
Welcome.
take very good care of yourself. And I'm going to make a video on the peer technique very soon. So do look out for my channel. It's Fluent India. You will be able to find right. And thank you very, very much, everyone. And thank you very much, ma'am. Please take care and keep up the good work. Keep spreading
So much.
knowledge and helping the audience. God bless. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Have a great day ahead, sir. Bye bye.
Thank you very, very much, ma'am. God bless, ma'am. I wish you all the best in your endeavor. Take very good care of yourself.